The night shift follows the staff of those who work the late shift in the emergency room at San Antonio Memorial Hospital. The Rich Eisen Show is a proud member of a radio affiliate in San Antonio as well. We're listened to every single day in that wonderful city of San Antonio. Scott Wolf joining us here from the night shift on NBC. Good to see you, brother.
Great to see you, too.
So I'm sorry I trashed your Mets
You did.
on the way out here, but if Bryce Harper is going to say, I don't want to go to New York because of Mets fans, and the Yankees don't get a shot at him because of Mets fans, I have to say something about it.
Yeah, I don't mind. You got to say whatever you can to get Mr. Harper in your uniform, but riffraff.
Come on now.
All right.
Come on now. You are not. When I've been, but first game I ever went to in my life was in Shea Stadium.
Was it?
It was. I was up the left field line.
Yeah.
And I remember John Milner was warming up to play left field for the Mets that day.
Whoa.
And Mickey Lolich was the starting pitcher of the back nine of his career.
But what's crazy is, so when we and we hashed this out last time I was here, but when we first got to New Jersey,
yes,
my stepdad at the time was a big Yankees fan, so we went to I was a Yankee fan before I was a Mets fan. And I know.
What in the hell happened?
I played baseball in high school, and a bunch of my buddies were all Met fans, and it just we went to more Met games at that time than
What
than
year
Yankee
was this?
games.
Are we the same age?
Close. So this was I graduated in '86.
So
this
did I.
was
In high school or college?
what happened to the Mets in '86?
Okay.
I just
Scott.
Okay.
Sorry.
Easy, bud.
Okay.
So what,
Yeah, we did hash this out the last time, did we not?
We did. We went there. But a funny story. So my wife, when she and I met, we were living in New York City.
Yes.
And she was not a huge sports fan. And it was kind of meaningful to me as a huge sports fan to try and, bring her in a little bit.
Yeah.
So I take her to a game at Yankee Stadium. And the game starts, and I said, "Hun, anything?" We were engaged at the time. We were either dating or just engaged.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "If you've got any questions, I wanted to make it as good an experience for her as possible. Any questions about anything?" She said, "Great." So top of the first, no questions. Bottom of the first, I think there's like a hit, and someone steals a base, and she's like, "I have a question."
Okay.
I was like, "Awesome, what is that?" And she points to the upper deck,
This is in the old Yankee Stadium?
old Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, okay.
And she goes, "You see that railing way up there? Do you think anyone's ever fallen off that?"
Okay.
That was her question.
It's not deep in the rule book or,
No.
or anything. It's not like any trivia.
No.
Not any trivia.
And my my
So that was her
effort.
question.
This was her
And what was
interest
your,
in
what was your
the,
answer?
Probably. If it were Shay, definitely. But so she's since kind of she'll watch some golf, and our kids are starting to play sports now, so she's
That's good.
opening up to it.
Have you been to the new City Field, the Mets?
Yeah.
I've
Awesome.
heard nothing but great things about it. I've never been.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful.
Do they still have the apple that comes out of the
Yeah,
hat
yeah.
for every home run?
Yeah. I haven't
I always used
which
to
there
think-
haven't been enough of this year.
I will never forget, and I have a story about my wife and a stadium, in Shea Stadium.
Yeah.
Okay? I met my wife in the newsroom of ESPN many, many, many moons ago.
Yeah.
When when I had the same hair as you did.
Yeah.
Or you do now. At any rate, I just got to get over the fact that you don't age. I'm sorry. I just need
It's
to get
getting
over that
freakish.
fact that
It's strange. I'm looking at a photo someone posted from 1997. You look better now.
It's
It's crazy.
like right in the heart of Party of Five.
Like
land?
right in the middle of it.
That's funny.
He's on the wall at the elevators at Fox.
I'm gonna.
Party of Five, big poster.
What do you mean?
Scott's pictures every time I go in and out of Fox Sports. They have a big Party
Are
of
you-
Five poster.
Yeah, but
Are you
it's
aware of that?
over the years that photo has migrated. It was like in the executive wing, and now it's like next to the men's room.
Where is it?
I'll take a picture today. It's when you come in the elevators. It's on the first floor of the Fox.
Hey, that seems like
A big spot.
There's more spots.
Listen, he's not finishing his sentences to be more accurate as to where it is, but at least he's saying it's on the first floor of Fox.
Fox
Yeah.
Sports Building. Fox Sports Building.
Oh, Fox. Is it the Big Fox or the Little Fox?
On the
Is it
20th
FS1 or is it Big Fox?
Big Fox, 20th Century Fox lot.
There you
As long
go.
as it's not in like a dumpster behind.
I don't think so. Come on now. By the way, has there ever been any Party of Five reunion ether that's out there
Yeah,
that gets
no,
you all back
everybody-
together again and see what's going on?
Everybody asks, and that show's not sort of ripe to reboot like some of these other shows. The basic premise of the thing was their parents unfortunately died, and would they survive as a family? And then they survived as a family, and so I don't think anybody feels like digging that back up is a good idea.
You sure about that? Make it like Party of 30. right? Everybody comes back together for a reunion.
I hadn't thought about that. Like everyone's got families of their own,
Yes.
and we shoot it maybe like in Maui.
If that's where you would like to shoot it.
Yeah, to anyone who's listening, party of 5.
Party
in
of 30.
Yeah, aloha,
Yeah.
party of 30.
When you take that picture,
Yes.
go and take that idea directly into Dana Walden's office later today at Fox.
Yeah.
Who's in charge of the whole operation. Can you get in there?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
here's
boy.
a funny story. I did a buddy of mine was given one of those giant so they had faces from all the cast members.
Yes.
And when I tell you it was like 8 feet by 8 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was given to a buddy of mine from someone who worked at Fox.
Mm-hmm.
One of them. Maybe there's one still hanging up there. And he had it like in his garage for a minute and it was like scaring the children. And I said, would you let me have that? And as just like a social experiment, I had a bunch of people over for dinner. We had a dinner party at a new house my wife and I were living in. And I hung it on the dining room wall. And I didn't say word one about it. And I just wanted to see what would happen if people thought that I was that guy.
Yes.
That I had literally a full wall-size picture of my own face. And so we're eating dinner and no one's saying anything. It was the greatest thing. And at the end of dinner, I was like, all right. I said, I have to let you guys in on a little something. I was like, you've all been kind of part of a little bit of a social experiment tonight. I was like, this is usually not here. And they were like, holy crap, thank God. Because they were one guy, yeah.
We should get you a picture of like you as the centaur, right? That didn't A-Rod used to have a picture of him
himself as a centaur in his house.
Yeah. We should
He
do that.
did?
Yeah.
How do we know this?
It was part of an article.
Yeah, stand by.
Yeah. There's a photograph of it, Scott Wolf.
Pardon my ignorance. A centaur is like a...
Half man, half animal. It's A-Rod's torso and face, and then the body of an animal after.
Well, now you know what to get me for Christmas.
The Scott Wolf Centaur. The night shift on NBC. But the story I was telling is that
Yes.
Susie and I met many, many, many moons ago at ESPN, and she was a producer. I was going to be on the air, and I was doing a piece with the big three of the Atlanta Braves, Glavine, Smoltz, and
Yes,
Maddox.
yes.
And Bobby Cox is the manager, and we went down to Shea to interview all 4 of them.
Yeah.
And she was the producer. I was going to be, the reporter.
Yeah.
And we get to Shea, and the locker room that we were going to use could not be used because it was Todd Hundley's farewell press conference. Remember Todd Hundley?
Yes.
Okay, that was in the old Jets locker room where we're going to use
Wow.
it. So they said, you can interview them outside. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Every plane that comes into LaGuardia is going to zoom overhead. Like John Smoltz is going to say the most profound thing and we won't hear it over the engine roar. So what they said, we'll find you another spot. And the spot they found us was this room in Shea Stadium, in the bowels of Shea Stadium, that had the signed glaucoma testing on the door. We opened it up. It stunk so bad. Susie found a can of some sort of Glade and an oscillating fan that we sprayed in the room, and it stunk such to high heaven because the cat of Shea Stadium lived in there. That's Shea Stadium in a nutshell.
So this is...
So 4 future Hall of Famers were coming into that room to interview, and every single time that we sat down, they would go like, what the hell stinks so bad?
They might have...
It was a hell of a piece, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were the glamorous
hell of
early
a piece.
days.
Yes, a glamorous early days of Shea Stadium, which is now, may it now rest in peace.
Yeah.
How do you like doing the night shift, brother?
I love it. I love it. I have to say, 4th season is something they don't give you easily
No.
anymore. Ridiculously great cast and crew.
Mm-hmm.
A really cool show. It's a really good hospital show, man. It's really intense. The episode that's airing tonight is really incredible. My character is a guy who was like super, kind of God complexy, rigid, controlled, who over the past couple seasons has gotten a little way more vulnerable and had layers of him peeled away. This year, he's kind of trying to get back to that place where he feels in supreme control. And tonight's episode, he gets an opportunity. That clip we showed is a little bit of it. He gets an opportunity and this awakening to kind of recapture how he used to feel as a doctor and be the person that he knows he's supposed to be.
Well, it's fantastic. Congrats on a 4th season, and that's at 10 Eastern and 9 San Antonio time tonight.
Yes, sir.
That's where it takes place.
Yeah.
And so is Greg Popovich or any of the Spurs, Kawhi Leonard, going to make a guest star appearance
That
on the
would
night
be
shift?
great. They'd have to meet some horrible fate. So I
No,
hope
we
not.
can't. We can't have that.
Yeah, unless they were there as like one of those, visits with the person who got hurt,
Yes.
just to pick up their spirits.
Or it's just a guest star appearance that you're in the operating room
Yeah.
of some sort. Mask comes down and it's Greg Popovich.
Yeah, we did have.
I like that idea.
I'm remiss to I'm forgetting his name now, but we've had a couple of amazing MMA fighters, because there's a ridiculously great training center down there. We actually shoot in New Mexico.
Okay.
Albuquerque, New Mexico, and there's this really great MMA fighting center down there. And one of the characters on our show is an MMA fighter, played by Brendan Fair. He's a doctor who does mixed martial arts.
That's neat, man.
For a hobby.
That's by the way, that's a hell of a hobby.
It's a hell of a hobby.
I know.
Speaking of,
Yes.
I'm excited about this fight coming up.
Okay. Yeah, me too.
What do you think?
I think McGregor has one puncher's chance. I don't know if he's going to be able to get that shot
If he
off.
lands something.
If he lands something,
That
would be phenomenal.
But his face is going to get touched a bunch, probably.
I don't know. I mean,
You don't think?
Mayweather doesn't usually beat people up. I mean, that was a funny thing. In the press conference, he threatened to knock him out, and McGregor says, "You haven't knocked anyone out in 20 years."
I heard that. Is there any it's pretty clear that there can't be any he can't kick him, he can't grab him.
Well, correct. He cannot
Okay.
kick him.
It is a boxing match.
Yes, right. But he's going to clench and he's going to do everything to get his head on his head and
Right.
knock him around best he can with whatever he can do. But Mayweather has been known for being such a tactician. You
Yeah.
have to use that phrase when you talk about the sweet science.
Indeed.
That he doesn't allow people anywhere near his kitchen, ever.
Right. That's why you were saying, if the ring was half as big, maybe.
Wouldn't it be great?
If you
Half
couldn't
the
get
ring.
away.
Yeah.
Couldn't get away.
Half-court basketball during the day.
Yeah.
Half-court boxing at night.
So it's just gonna be
great.
McGregor just stalking him the whole time.
But it is going to be an absolute circus that I might want to just personally eyeball just to see what that place looks
for
like.
sure.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
I'd love it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it.
Good to see you, Scott Wolf.
It's always great to see
Come
you.
back anytime.
You're a great man. Thanks for having me.
Likewise.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you like that video, be sure to download our app. Don't have any memory on your phone? Let's start to delete some of those slow-mo videos you have. And you know which ones I'm talking about.